Hello, it's Goomba, and well, I decided to do something different instead of playing games. I decided to rank all of the Goombas from the mainline Mario games. Yep, there's and a little etceteras. But right here in this trailer, there's no S through F. Instead, it's well, Goomba from yeah, 200 for those that deserve to say splat to well, the very high tier. So without further ado, I'll start ranking with, well, the very first Goomba that deserves to be on top of the list. The ever iconic Goomba. Yeah, the mainline Goomba, the one enemy that saved, well, enemies from Mario. Yeah, it was the answer to a simple, easy to defeat enemy. And ever since after this, these guys all popped up. Thanks to the ever iconic Goomba, and the reason my channel is, well, called Goomba. And, well, there's nothing really needs to be said. Why the ever iconic Goomba deserves to be on the very top of the list. Up next, we got Goomba Towers. And, well, these guys are going on the capital O tier, which is... Okay, stop. Here, let's fix that. Okay. Okay, so the Goomba Towers absolutely deserve an S tier, even though they're all individual unit Goombas. That actually makes them harder to defeat considering they're in stacks. But at least the stacks can be used in Mario Maker. That's the one benefit that definitely the stacks benefit from. And they're also used for helping out Hammer and Fire Bros. And ever since then, they just became very iconic powerful Goombas, helping out one another, stacking on top of one another. And that's the iconic thing with Goombas. So, on to our next Goomba, the ever iconic Cat Goomba. Let's see, he pounces, but put him in the B tier. He's great, but there's just, if there was pouncing variants that actually will attack you, A tier at least, but not a bad Goomba. I like that meow though, and that they do contain cat bells when you defeat them. But that's just pretty much it with the Cat Goomba. It just follows that path, and that's just pretty much it. As long as you don't get in the way of that path, these Goombas shouldn't be a problem. Alright, on to the fourth Goomba, and since he has been in the remake for the DS, the Goomba King absolutely deserves to be in here, and he's also a... A or... Okay, M or lowercase o. Well, I mean, he starts out as a Goomba, so... I guess I'll give him the A tier for the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he's a pretty basic enemy. Or boss. Plus, you have to defeat him to save Mario. And I like that he taunts Yoshi and even gives away where Mario's hidden. So I guess there's some sense of honor with the Goomboss, but I mean, it's not too hard and difficult. All you gotta do is throw Goombas at him. And that's just pretty much it. Alright, on to our next Goomba, the Para-Goomba. Yeah, you're going in the S tier immediately. Actually, matter of fact, you're going into the, yeah, you're going here too. Yep, Para-Goomba has been a staple Goomba ever since Super Mario Bros. 3. And, well, these guys have just been iconic from the start. In the 2D Mario games, well, they either constantly chase you or sprout micro Goombas. In the 3D games, these guys just fly and even Odyssey, they were actually one of the most useful enemies. But yeah, that's what makes these guys so iconic. And they actually take an extra hit before dying, so that's always a plus. And since these Goombas can actually hold themselves when they fly, yeah, these Goombas deserve the SS tier, or the G tier. I keep calling them by the wrong letters. The tailed Goomba. I mean, the tailed Goomba deserves to go to... Yeah, I'd say A tier. I might change to... or lowercase o. I might change to uppercase O. But, yeah. The tailed Goomba just pretty much does what it does. It jumps, floats, or... I forget the word for it. And, has a little spin. And some of them actually do chase you, which... why it beats the cat Goomba. But, I mean, as usual, it can still get defeated by one hit. But at least some of them can give you leaves when defeated. And aside from the path takers, the ones that actually do chase you will does have a higher danger point of actually landing on you, so that's a plus with that Goomba. Now on to the next Goomba. The Bone Goomba. Well, I'm gonna give you the A tier. Only because of one thing. You can still die to fire. I mean, these Goombas are iconic, and I do like that they have a skull face on their head. I love their design. That's why these guys go higher, but they can still die to fireballs. These guys are not immune. But I do like that they are the underground Goombas, so that's a plus. Not much more left to be said. Alright, up next, the Life Raft Goomba. I don't remember what this Goomba's name was called, but... I mean... you get the B tier. Yeah, these Goombas just float on top of water and will chase you. But that's just pretty much it. There's nothing really too special about them aside from that they float on water. But if you go under them, or just simply run past them, then they're not really much of a problem. It's when you're floating on top of water they become an issue. But aside from that, it's no problem really. It's also weird that there's spikes on their life rafts, which doesn't make sense. I mean, spikes would pop it, not keep it. Alright, up next, the Underground Goomba. You know what? What rank should I give you? So you're not different from him. And you're basically him, so you know what? I'll give you the A tier. Because you are sort of basic Goomba, and you only appear underground, and ghost houses. But there's nothing really different from the Underground Goomba from the normal Goomba. Unless it's Super Princess Peach. The Goombrat. Alright, let's see the Goombrat. Let's see, you can't fall off. You can still be squished. You know, since you can't fall off and you know make you learn from your mistakes from him, and him, you deserve the S tier. Yeah, so the only difference between a Goombrat and a Goomba is that a Goombrat can't fall off to its grave, which actually I do like that. It is in Mario Maker 2, because they actually need that kind of enemy. But yeah, that's just pretty much it. Since it can't fall off, it gets a S tier automatically. More intelligence. But it was a weird Goomba when I first saw it, though. Nothing much. Okay. The Galoomba. Yeah, you get the S tier as well. So, the Goomba debuted in Super Mario World, and ever since then, it's basically you can't kill it by stepping on it. However, it is funny that it's upside down. You can use it as a projectile to throw at other enemies and stuff, making it a pretty helpful Goomba for you. And they were all around a different species of Goomba, because they're, I think, chestnut related more than mushroom related. Well, that's the whole thing with the Goomba. So ever since after Super Mario 3D World, it's been hanging out ever since. And had a redesign change too. But they've always stuck around, and yeah. That's what we said, the big Goomba. Alright, as much as it is cool seeing a bigger Goomba, it gets... it's getting the C tier. Because it's not really hard to defeat the big Goombas in 3D World. Because all you gotta do is... because their hitbox is strange, but... they're not really that hard to defeat. I mean, yeah, these guys are bigger, but they're not harder. And yeah, they do take 2 hits, but the second hit's easy to deal with them, and... yeah, there's just... yeah, that's just pretty much it. The big Goombas. Alright, the gold Goomba. Alright, where are you going, buddy? Yeah, you're getting A tier as well. And you know what? I mean, you are a simple Goomba, but you do give money, and you're... yeah, you got the A tier. Yeah, what makes these Goombas special is that, well, yes, it is a normal Goomba, or underground Goomba. When it turns gold, it gives you more money. And that's the only benefit it really gives, but enough to leave in the A tier. The Goombud. If the Goombrat is to the Goomba, then the Goombud is to the Goomba. And Goomba also gets the S tier. Simply because it can't follow its grave, it's no different from the Goomba. I mean, the Goomba can't even fall off like the Goombrat. So, yeah. I'd welcome the Goomba into the family. The Goom Beetle. Okay, where do you go, buddy? Let's see, you can't get stomped. You can't get spun then stomped. Yeah, you go to the S tier. Yeah, so the Goom Beetle debuted in Super Mario Galaxy, and basically, yeah, you can't step on these guys. You have to literally spin them and then defeat them. So basically using, well, you can't really think normally for Mario with the Goom Beetle. Yeah, you can't simply step on them. It won't hurt them. I mean, they won't hurt you, but it can't really hurt it. You have to literally spin it and then defeat it. Kind of similar to the Goomba. But, well, yeah, these are definitely great guards. Even though their design for their heads are weird. So that's 2 eyes instead of fangs. Yeah. So on to our next list. Ah, Goombet. One that holds the moons and is attracted to the mustached Goomba. Yeah, I'll give you the B tier. It's like nothing too special, but at least you get your job done. Like basically, with Goomba is that you have to get a certain number of Goombas stacked to even reach her. She gets attracted to the mustached Goomba, and then she gives you a moon. But if she sees Mario, she'll flee and run, which is definitely funny. But after you're done with her part and all of her parts, which aren't really that difficult, except for the Luncheon Kingdom, well, there's nothing really else to do. And that's why she stays at the B tier. Ah, the giant Goomba boss from New Super Mario Bros. DS. Yeah, I remember you when I first saw you. Sadly, you also get the B tier. You are a welcome incitement to the Goombas, but you're definitely an interesting boss. And you can't be jumped on, you have to be ground pounded. But it's not really that hard to defeat him. If you simply wall jump and then ground pound into him, you don't need the switch, so after you figure out how to easily defeat him, it becomes a bit bland, which is sad. But definitely not a bad addition, so that's why the Goomba boss from New Super Mario DS gets the B tier. The Mega Goomba, or really a giant Goomba. Because you guys are big, but you get the A tier. Yep, the big giant Goomba. Debuting in Super Mario Bros. 3, and well, I would say that definitely be the weakest of the bunch. It's not until New Super Mario's Wii and Galaxies that actually help benefit this Goomba. On the Galaxies, this one's a much bigger Goomba, and simply spinning it. Well, yeah, you will have to kind of spin it to defeat it easily. But it's like a bigger Goomba, it's a little bit quicker. Yeah, there's not that much to say about it. In Wii, though, and in Wii U, every time you defeat them, more Goombas come out, and more until they're normal sized. And with those kind of Goombas, yeah, you can easily be overrun, and that's what leaves it in A tier. If it was just Galaxy and Super Mario Bros. 3, it would be in the B tier. But because of Wii and Wii U, it gets the lowercase O tier. The Balloon Goomba. Hate to say for these ones, but these guys actually get the D tier. And for one reason. Well, because of the Parachute Goomba that comes out, these guys get forgotten. I mean, they're not in bad addition. I mean, they only appear really in one level in New Super Mario U. But it's like, they can kind of catch you off guard, but it's like, at times they will miss leaves and will just fall to their graves, and well, that's why these Goombas get the D tier. Like, they're not, and well, we're not really gonna see these Goombas ever again, except for in the parties and carts. Yeah, sorry, fellas, but Nintendo has done this to you. All right, the giant-tailed Goomba. Alright, let's see, where are you going, buddy? You're giant, so it's hard to defeat you. However, items can easily defeat you. And only 3 of you have appeared in the entire game, so yeah, you get the C tier. They're not bad Goombas, and I do like them. But how well they were performed is just terrible. There's only 3 in the entire game. 1 in 1v1, and 2 in 5v5. Sorry, fellas. The 3 of you aren't enough to make it higher than the B tier. Which sounds weird because A and B is supposed to be up here, And yeah, they're down here. Alright, the Jacko Goomba. Hmm. You surprised I get the S. Do you get S or? Yeah, you get the A, because once you're figured out. So the Jacko Goomba basically. Well, you can't stomp on him. Yeah, you have to spin him to break his pumpkin and then defeat him like a normal Goomba. However, he will start fire in random places. So that's the benefit why he's in the lowercase o tier. But once you figure out this Goomba, then it's not hard dealing with the other Jacko Goombas. So that's why this guy remains in the lowercase o tier. Up next, the prickly Goomba. Yeah, you also get the extreme S tier as well. Your Goomba absolutely caught me off by surprise. Debuting its News Brothers Wii in Special 7. Basically, the only way in order to defeat these Goombas is, aside from invincibility, you have to use fire on their spikes and defeat them, or freeze them and then chuck them. But you can't defeat them normally. You have to use a special item just to even break their protection, and then you can defeat them. Or have a fire bro or a fire piranha plant just take them out. But yeah, and yeah, that's why these Goombas actually get the S tier. As well, these Goombas actually defend themselves pretty well. And they actually hide themselves from Mario. So, yeah. And even if you know how to defeat them, just simply trying to defeat like another and another and another, well, it's going to take a lot of fireballs. Usually, they're surrounded by enemies who throw fire and stuff, so that can easily be a disadvantage. Alright, the Goomba shoe and the stalactite, if I pronounce that correctly. No contest. You Goombas are very special, and I like your inclusion coming back in Mario Maker and in Lego. Yeah, because not only are these Goombas hard to defeat, but defeating them provides a big reward for you. Not only do you get to wear their shoe, depending on which game, but you can't die by spikes, and you can easily defeat Spiny, Piranha Plants, and etc. Only appearing one level though. If it was only one level, these guys would absolutely get the C tier. Because of Mario Maker 1 and 2, these guys get the SS, the G. Alright, the Ice Skate Goomba. Where do I put you? Debuting in Super Mario 3D World. I guess I will put you... No, A tier. I do have a hard time at times defeating you guys. So the Ice Skate Goomba... Yeah, these guys actually move pretty fast, and if you're not careful, you can easily get hurt by them. The only disadvantage that they have is that you can easily cause them to fall off to their graves. But they mainly reside on ice platforms, so that's what makes it harder. And when you defeat them, you get to ride a little ice skate, and even take them out with their own ice skates. But it does become a bit hard to drive the ice skate, but not that hard. Alright, up next we got the Micro Goombas. And you guys are getting the S tier. Even though you guys are very small, you guys have proven yourself to be more troublesome than the standard Goomba. Yeah, simply put, no matter which game it is, micro Goombas have always been a pain. They either hide in bushes, they hide in crates, you'll see them fall from the sky, they'll get dropped by para Goombas. Yeah, and no matter what, whether they're unkillable, even if they don't kill you in the News Another series, they put a lot of weight onto you to the point where you become much heavier and you have to shake them off. And even levels 5-4 in New Smother's Wii or 8-2 in New Smother's U, you have to get rid of them or it stops your raft completely. And there's a lot of micro Goombas. Like, these guys do not come alone, they come in packs. And are really hectic for you, and that's why these guys deserve the capital O tier. Alright, up next is the Goomba from Super Mario Land. I mean, crap, because you're basically the Goomba, but like, I'll put you in A because you've kept the Goombas alive in the Super Mario Land series. I mean, there's nothing really too special about them, but at least there's a design like very similar to Goombas. And they are definitely cute a little, despite just being just black and white, but yeah, these are definitely cute additions to the Goomba family. I know that this is definitely misleading. No, they're normal size compared to Mario. Don't worry. They at least get the A tier. Alright, up next, the Octumba. Yeah, I didn't forget about these guys. You are going in the S tier. So one reason, 3D World, you guys were a pain in that one. Yeah, in the galaxies, yeah, they were easy to defeat. They were simple Goombas or space Goombas that spit rocks at you. It was 3D World that definitely made them a lot tougher. You couldn't stomp on them anymore. You could only defeat by pouncing, ground pounding, having a star, the white Tanuki suits, and they shot cannons, which means you had to be careful around those Octumbas. And these guys definitely were not easy to deal with. Well, I mean, it's easy to kill them, but trying to get that green star, it was not easy to get towards them. And that's why this Goomba gets the S tier. The Elite Octumba. I mean, you get the... I mean, you shoot 2 rocks, but... I would give you the A tier at least. I mean, the normal Octumba gets the S because it's 3D World, but these guys at least get the lowercase o. I keep saying the letters the wrong way. But the Elite Octumba shoots 2 rocks at once, which can catch you off guard a bit, but I mean, it's not hard to defeat the Elite Octumba, so that's why they get the lowercase o. The Octo Guy, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I'd give you the B. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these guys do run away when you get towards them, and they will spit rocks, but you don't necessarily need to defeat them, which kind of defeats the purpose of them running away. If there was a big reward for them, then they would absolutely go into A tier. Because there's no reason to defeat the Octo guys, they get the M tier. Alright, the Octoboo. I'm sorry guys. You guys did well in Galaxy, but you served nothing more but... And you were not that hard to avoid. Yeah, the Octoboos, which... Actually, I should put in the Boo category, not the Goomba category. Well, all these guys were generally just, in a way, all they did was move in a set path. That was pretty much it. Eventually they got replaced by Peepas. Yeah, which sucks for the Octoboos. But since they are Octoboos, that's why they're in this category. But sadly, they don't get much more. They're just right there in a way, and if you weren't careful, you could get hurt, but it wasn't hard because their paths were easily predictable. And that's just pretty much it with the Octoboos. Alright, there's a reason why I made 200, and this is the only exception Goomba. Nothing has to be said about this one. Like, there's pretty much nothing else I can really say. These guys, like, I don't know what was going on when they came in with Goombas. When I first saw it, a WTF literally came into thought. And that's why this Goomba design deserves to stay splat. Stuck at the 200 category. Next, we have the Parachute Goomba. And the main reason why this Goomba is in retirement. Okay, let me pick the thing up. Yeah, parachutes are unpredictable, but they're not too hard to deal with. So I'm gonna leave you at the B tier. Yeah, the parachutes are definitely hard, and you have to be careful where they're at. But aside from that, like as soon as they land, they just become, well, whatever the parachute was attached to. Granted, they are excellent exceptions to the whole parachute mechanic. I mean, like I said, it is hard to deal with it. Like, you can try to step on it and it'll just sway off to the side, but aside from that, it's not really that hard to deal with the Parachute Goomba. But they are definitely fun additions to the ever since their debut in Super Mario Maker 2. Yep, these guys did not debut in Super Mario World, these guys are Super Mario Maker 2. And last, this one counts. I know it's not alive, but this one absolutely counts. The Wooden Goomba. These fake Goombas, well, at times they can trick you into thinking it's a normal Goomba, but I mean, once you can tell, I mean, they will actually have coins behind them if you break them, and they will generally just be in the way, but aside from that, these Goombas just don't generally attack, but they're still part of the Goomba family. But once you figure them out, they get the lowercase m. So, that's my Goomba list. I've never seen anyone do a list on Mario enemies, but yeah, here's my list on it. From the ever iconic Goomba to Hollywood's Goomba. All Goombas one and the same. So let me know in the chat if you want me to do a series on named character Goombas and or other species of Mario enemies. Let me know and I will do that. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.